You're live.
Hello and good afternoon. We're here live from Otherworld Theater's new digital performance space. I'm Katie Rupert.
And I'm Tiffany Keene-Schaefer.
We are coming to you live from inside the theater right now, where we are enjoying this lovely backdrop of the Millennium Falcon cockpit, courtesy of board member Jessie Swanson.
Yes, thank you, Jessie.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. This is primarily a test to see if we can sustain streaming on all of the platforms that we're trying to. Right now we are streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if you wouldn't mind hopping over to both those channels and giving them a quick subscribe, it would be really helpful for us.
Especially the YouTubes.
If you have any comments or questions for us, please drop it in the comment section. We'll try to get to it before the end of this. We're going to try and sustain streaming for 15 or 20 minutes just to see how it goes and to work out any technical issues we might be having. But we're going to start with, for those of us, or those of you out here who don't know anything about Otherworld Theater, Tiffany is going to give you a little bit of a background on what we do here and how we got started.
Yeah, so again, thank you for joining us. I'm Tiffany Keene-Schaefer. I am the founder and artistic director of Otherworld Theater. The theater company itself has been around since 2012, and we are a science fiction and fantasy theater company that started in Chicago. A lot of Columbia alums started the company. I graduated in 2012, and right when that happened, Ray Bradbury died, and it made me very, very sad because he was on my bucket list to meet. And at that time in my life, for those of you who have degrees in theater... Oh, we have a little droid!
Oh, our robots are freaking out.
Our robots are freaking out. They're not doing really well with the social distancing. But essentially... I graduated from college, Ray Bradbury died, and at that moment in my life, I was kind of going back and forth if I should start a theater company that did science fiction and fantasy, but, you know, it's really hard to start a theater company. It's really hard to start a nonprofit, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but Ray Bradbury has this quote that is jump off a cliff and build your wings on the way down. And I knew that he would want me to do the theater company, so... it took us a year to fundraise for just doing 1 weekend of performances at the Straw Dog Theater that used to be on Broadway. But we did it. We did Fahrenheit 451 for 1 weekend, and it was pay what you can, and that was in 2013. And then ever since then, we've been growing and expanding. And 2 years ago, actually, you know, starting in April, we took over a space at 3914 North Clark Street. And for 2 years, we have been doing amazing science fiction and fantasy programming here. And all of our programming has been pay what you can. So the patrons in our spaces, they could pay any price for their ticket. We were really proud of that, making theater accessible to a lot of people. With these closures, obviously our theater space went dark. And we have been trying to get our programming to take on another form, which is in the digital sphere, so people can still enjoy our programming while being in the comfort and safety of their living rooms.
We've been working almost around the clock to turn this into a fully digital space. Not just myself and Tiffany, but a really incredible team of tech people, including Bailey Picorni, who's in the studio with us today. And we've been spending lots of time finding equipment and reassuring people that we're still going to be around, as well as adjusting all of our programming. I think this is kind of a good time to... Yeah, thank you. Thank you, G05H. I think he's excited too. I think this is a good time to talk about what that programming is going to look like. A big core of our programming here at Otherworld is Out on a Whim and Improvised D&D. Right now we have a quarantine of improvisers from that show and that team that are still working together, and we are almost exclusively interacting with each other, and we're still coming here and doing live streams with a cast of 7 or 8 and a crew of 2, and we don't have a full live streaming schedule for you yet, but we are going to try and live stream this Saturday and this Sunday, so that way you will still have plenty of improvised D&D. We are also pushing up the release date of our podcast, which we were hoping to release later this spring or early in the summer, but we are waiting on art and we are trying to get that to you as quickly as we possibly can.
And then on the Otherworld side of things, we are trying to get our releases right now from actors from our past performances, like Medusa Undone, Super Richard Roll 3, and Pickle Ricocles, so we can put them up on our platforms and get that content out to you as well, so you can view those.
We're also working on original content right now. Michael Coyne is getting ready to start heading up a Fantasy Night Live style sketch show. We have some really cool content coming in from Moonrise Games.
Dork Court's coming back.
Dork Court's coming back. We're doing a full Dork Court in light of society turning chaotic neutral. We are also working on some other cool original content, like a public domain game that Mike Danovich is heading up. We're also going to try and bring you improvised Godzilla during this time, which is something we've been working on for Genrethon, which has been rescheduled to June. And we might even have some cool guests coming in from other theaters. Ooh, I don't want to say anything right now.
I know.
But
exciting. But yeah, again, your support is what makes this all possible. I want to thank everyone who's been sending us money through our donation page and our Facebook. Without your support, none of this would have been possible.
Let's talk about how you can support the theater. So
For sure.
Obviously this is a moment of crisis, not just for us, but every theater in Chicago that is desperately trying to hold on to their spaces and their artists and keep them supported creatively and monetarily in this time. So we have set up this system where you will be able to watch our original content both on, not only on Facebook sometimes, but Patreon, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, the ones that are going to be most critical to our success is Patreon, obviously, and we'll be having some Patreon exclusive things that you'll be able to interact with and enjoy for a suggested donation price. We will also be using our YouTube heavily, and we are trying to get that to over 1,000 subscribers as quickly as we can so we can start generating ad revenue. And all of the money that we raise from this endeavor and also from our donations will just go to keeping the theater open, because we definitely don't want to close in the wake of COVID-19.
Yes, that is the key, is to keeping Otherworld and science fiction and fantasy performance alive, not just for us, but obviously for all of our patrons and our fans that have come to see this as not only their artistic home, but their community home. So that's why it's been so important to us.
There's also great expense that goes into it. Obviously, we've had to acquire equipment that Bailey's going to talk to us more about later. But additionally, there is a huge labor cost involved, because in order to do this safely, we need to sanitize this theater every time a group comes in or out. And because of the recommendation to keep it under 10 people, we are very limited in how many people we can have here, and it just makes the process slower. So of course, donations will also help us sustain this intensive cleaning schedule that we are doing right now. And I don't know about you, but the fumes are getting to me.
Bleach!
I've got a bleach rash. I just wanted everyone to know that I have a severe bleach rash. I won't even tell you where, but you know deep down.
Oh boy.
All right.
Deep down.
Yeah, deep down. Let's take this opportunity to check in with Bailey Picorni. He has been really the master of disaster when it comes to getting us set up here on a technical level. He is the one who has found a way to get us all this equipment and get us here. And let's go over to him, and he can explain to you at home how we're doing this here in the studio.
Yeah.
Hey everybody. So this is our streaming studio. Basically, we've got an A and a B cam. I have a Droid as well. And so everything's kind of going through this switcher that we magically acquired through Magical Tiffany means. So if you want to... Oh man, there they are. Oh man. Now I'm back to me. Man. So that's more or less the little hole that I live in right now. Thank you everyone for the support that you have given or may give in the future. It keeps this admittedly expensive setup in a realm that we can handle. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. So as you can see, we're trying to do something very intense here. We're trying to create the most professional experience possible for you at home while also maintaining social distancing ourselves. There's a lot of complications that comes with that. This is probably a setup that needs 10 or more people to run, and we're running it with 3 right now. So we really appreciate your patience as we work through technical issues and as we start to stream out programming.
Yeah, and I just want to say really quickly too that the time that we were able to turn this around would have not been possible without Bailey or Ryan Bond,
Danny Solaris,
Sarah Potts. So I just want to do a shout out to those folks that have been working literally around the clock making this happen for us, like setting us up on YouTube, setting us up on Twitch, like these
helping us acquire all this equipment.
Yeah, it's really been very touching and moving for me as an artistic director to see all these people work so hard to make this happen. So thank you so much to those individuals.
I also want to do a shout out to Out on a Whim and the cast of Improvised Dungeons & Dragons, who not only have been coming in to create content and get us ready to be a fully digital streaming station, but they've donated their time in cleaning the space. They've come in to sanitize. They've come in on hours that we're not using them just to help out and move things, clean props and costumes before actors touch them, move platforms. We're really grateful to you guys for all of the extra effort that you've put out. You're doing more than the average actor, and we really genuinely appreciate it. I want to talk about our streaming schedule, which is a little bit up in the air right now, and it will always be up in the air.
Actually just say one more thing before we move on
Yes.
from thank yous, because I had to look this up because I wanted to make sure I got his name right, which is Mike Ross.
Mike Ross, yes.
From SPL, which is Sound Production and Lighting LLC. That's up in Evanston. He is the one that gave us this great deal on the switcher that is able to for us to have the cockpit here and mission control over there where Bailey is, and that is helping us obviously create like a TV station,
Also-
like feel and professionality. So we couldn't do without his support. So thank you so much, Mike Ross.
100%. Also, all the staff at Otherworld Theater, so many people in our ensemble and our artistic associates are also stepping up and helping us, if not here, then at home. There's a lot of remote desk work that goes with this that we're not able to do while also getting this setup running. And so we're just so appreciative to everyone at home. Thank you so much for the work you've done here. Our streaming schedule is a little bit up in the air, and it will remain so, just because if anybody starts showing symptoms or is needing to quarantine, the schedule immediately goes out the window. But as of right now, the tentative plan is that we will live stream and improvise D&D on Saturday and Sunday night. Later today, Veros, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Veros from Chronicles of the Realm will be doing an AMA, and we're going to try and get you some cute droid pics as well, and some little droid videos. Other than that, we do have some canned featurettes from Out on a Whim that we'll be getting to you as soon as we can. And for more information, just keep checking our Facebook, because that's probably going to be the fastest and most accurate way to get information about what programming we're going to have available. And with that, let's go to Han Solo with sports. Thanks, Han.
Thanks, Han.
Other than that, I think we can sign off unless there's any questions in these comments. I'm going to check right now.
I'm also getting some questions.
Cool.
So
I
hold on.
love questions.
So some people are having problems with our PayPal link, especially if they're trying to do the donation here on the Otherworld website. And the email, for just as fast as possible, PayPal is the best way that we get those funds immediately, and you can just send them at Otherworld Theater with an RE at gmail.com if the links aren't working. Right now, PayPal is crashing. I know.
I know, buddy.
I know. We need PayPal to work in order for us to survive. So sometimes we have to redo the links. And it's just something that, you know, with how much is going on and how much is happening is something that we're just dealing with right now. So appreciate your patience on that.
I got a question from Ryan Bond. It says, the droid is named G055, not O0415. No, because the droid was around before this crisis. So the droids are J05H over here, and over there we got BBK8, our little lady.
And you made them.
I did. It's bring your kids to work day. School's out, and I gotta find somewhere to keep these robots. Especially because, yeah.
I wasn't told, or else I would have brought my little animal companion.
Yeah, I don't need approval, turns out. Are there any other questions?
Caddy.
Hello, Chris Mao. Good to see you too. Not really a question, but we appreciate you tuning in.
Also, Otherworld appreciates all of the pet photos that you've been putting on our Facebook page. That has enlightened our hearts and our day. So keep on posting pets to our page.
Yes.
Can't have enough kittens. Can't have enough puppies.
I want to see all your babies.
I want to see all your little fur babies.
I'm really enjoying the toddlers at this time.
Ooh.
Other than that, I think we can start getting ready to sign off. Today we will have the Veros AMA. If you have any questions for him, you can send it to the Moonrise Games Facebook page or post it in an Otherworld comment, or even on the actor Jacob Bates' own Facebook. He's also opened it up for the AMA. We will also try and bring you some more content today. I'm not sure in what form. But other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back the rest of the week. We will try to get you as much information as humanly possible. But for now, I'm Katie Rupert.
And I'm Tiffany Keene Schaefer, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are on YouTube.
Consider yourself updated.
Yeah!
We did it! We did live.
Definitely was a hand wringer in the beginning, and I caught myself midway